Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We're back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Wednesday, March 24th. Yesterday, we went 5-3. I added a couple plays onto my card at the end of the day in our Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, first link in the description down below. Over 400 members, which is absolutely insane. Speaking of insane, 1,500 subscribers on this YouTube channel. So shout out to all of you guys out there that are smashing that subscribe button and the like button. You guys are helping us gain a lot of subscribers fast. My goal was to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We still got a couple more days, so click that like and subscribe button. Really helps us out. We gained over 100 subscribers yesterday, so shout out to all of you guys. Let's get into these picks for today. Two more quick notes. I already told you to join the Discord, so I don't need to mention that, but that is basically just the group chat where we talk about sports betting, not only for NBA, but for NFL, MLB, hockey, NCAA basketball, for March Madness, soccer. We even have a water polo channel, which I don't know why we have that, but we won't question it. But yeah, join that. We have our daily live stream today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to come on and ask me any questions. We'll just talk about it. We hit 1,500 subscribers on channel or on the live stream. That shout out to Mark if he's watching this. He was our 1,500th subscriber. And then number 3, I really want to stress the importance of bankroll management. We're going to do a whole video coming up in a couple, maybe about 10 to 12 days. We'll have a full video about it, but I want to stress the importance of not really playing a lot of parlays and more focusing on single plays. If you played our parlay of the day yesterday, you would have lost money. We won't lie to you. You would have lost, but we went 2-1. They were my 3 favorite player props. Went 2-1. Bam Adebayo was the one leg that doesn't hit. But if you're not playing the singles, you lost money. And that's why I want to stress, please play single plays. Also, please do your own research. Never place a bet that you don't agree with. If you don't agree with my Bam Adebayo over, don't place the bet just because I said it. Do your own research. And I want you guys to be confident in what you're betting on. Obviously, you can use my tips and what I bet on in your when you're going to search the slates, but always do your own research and place bets that you're confident in. If they match what I'm confident in, then so be it. That's awesome. But that's what I want to stress, bankroll management and being confident in your plays and limiting the amount of parlays that you play. Let's get into these picks. We're starting with the hottest man in the NBA in the world right now, and arguably the MVP frontrunner, Nikola Jokic. We're taking his over rebounds and assists, 18.5. Would not be surprised to see this at 19.5 by the time you're watching this. He's been lights out in March. I mean, it's hard to argue betting any unders for Nikola Jokic, and today he gets the Raptors, a great matchup, but this 18.5 rebounds and assists line, that's lame. That's child's play to Mr. Jokic. He's hit this in 11 straight games. And you look at the matchup against the Raptors, they give up the 5th most rebounds per game to opposing centers. And then you're talking about Jokic and his assist numbers. We already know he's lethal, and he's been racking those assist numbers up, which if this goes up to 19.5, still would feel comfortable playing with it. It's still a bigger jump than you would like, but 19.5, he's able to hit that. In the 11 games that he's hit it straight, he's hit 19.5, I think, in 10 of them. So not much you can say there, but he's also been hitting that assist number as well, so you could look at playing that as well. But we have 7 player props today and 3 spreads, so stick around. We're gonna go fly through these. Against the Raptors dating back to 2017, this is what Jokic has put up. He put up 3 rebounds and assists combined. He only played 10 minutes, so we don't count that one. But then 29, 14, 26, 24, 26. I love this bet. Lock it in for Nikola Jokic. Moving on to one of Reese's plays. I wonder if he'll play this one. Reese is a person in our Discord. But Buddy Hield, over 4.5 rebounds. Hield has hit this number in 8 of his past 9 games. The one game he didn't hit it was against the Atlanta Hawks, who they play tonight, which is a little concerning. But without Marvin Bagley, he's been stepping up, getting 5-6 rebounds a night. I like the over 4.5 rebounds. Not much more to talk about. It's a fast-paced game. A lot of opportunities for rebounds, which is going to make us take Buddy Hield's over 4.5 rebounds. Taking another Kings prop. Taking Harrison Barnes over 11.5 rebounds and assists. I know you're banking on 2 Kings, and I understand that can be a little frightening, but in the 3 games that Marvin Bagley has missed, who will miss again tonight, Barnes has been killing. He's been killing this rebounds and assists out of the water. He had 18 combined against the Cavs on Monday, then 12, and then 16 in the last 3 games that Marvin Bagley's missed. The one game that they played against the Hawks, I believe on March 14th, he had 12, so he hit this over again with Bagley even in the game. I think, again, this is a fast-paced game, a lot of rebounds. Barnes is creating shots for his teammates, and I think they can hit this over 11.5 rebounds and assists pretty easily. As you'll see, I have a lot of player props and and a couple spreads. Just as a recap, I normally only bet a unit on each player prop and then probably like half a unit to 3/4 of a unit on a spread. Spreads can be very sketchy, and especially with this time of year, a lot of the teams, some teams aren't trying. They're trying to fight for playoff positions. A lot of blowouts, and I don't like to be on the bad side of those. You can still be on the bad side for player props, but you still have a chance, as we saw with RJ Barrett yesterday. He cashes his over, even though the Knicks are up by 20 to 30 points the whole fourth quarter. He still comes in, but that's Tom Thibodeau for you. So moving on. Clint Capela, over 13.5 rebounds. I like this line a lot at 12.5. Pointed it out to a couple people in the Discord, but it's up to 13.5, and I'll still take it. Capela's had 14 plus rebounds in 7 of his last 8 games, including 14 against the Kings, in a game that the Kings went to hack a Capela strategy, and Capela didn't even play the last 5-6 minutes of that game. Capela's been absolutely going insane. Either way, this matchup is great versus Sacramento. Kings give up nearly 17 rebounds per game to opposing centers, and Capela should feast. He should absolutely destroy the Kings on the boards. We saw Jared Allen stink it up, but Jared Allen has just not been great recently. But we will be taking Clint Capela in a great matchup and a great number that he consistently hits. Capela can get it done tonight, over 13.5 rebounds. Moving on, Gordon Hayward, over 11.5 rebounds and assists. The same exact line as Harrison Barnes. And really, it's kind of the same rationale. It's instead of Marvin Bagley, it's LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball's out, and they're turning to Gordon Hayward to generate more and more offense. The one game that LaMelo just missed last game, Hayward had 7 rebounds and 6 assists, and that was with another 27 points chipping that in. And so normally if he's going to score that many points, you aren't expecting that many assists, but he hit this number pretty easily. He's hit this number in 3 straight games, and you're getting it at good odds. I think it was like -106, something along those lines. I like Hayward to continue his consistency, fill up the stat sheet against this Rockets team that isn't necessarily that great, but they are coming off a big win against the Raptors, so shout out to them. Moving on, we got 2 more player props. Thaddeus Young, over 6.5 rebounds. Young has hit this line in 8 straight games, and if it goes up maybe to 7.5, I would maybe pivot to his rebounds and assist line, but Young's filling it up, man. Young not only has hit this number in 8 straight games, he's had 8+ rebounds in 7 of those 8 games. He finished with 7 rebounds in one of them, and he should play another 25+ minutes tonight against the Cavaliers. The Cavs are the same team that just gave up 20 rebounds to Keldon Johnson and 12 to his teammate Jakob Poeltl, as well as 16 rebounds to Riquen Holmes and 10 rebounds to Harrison Barnes. Thaddeus Young can easily get this number tonight, starting at center for the Chicago Bulls. I'm locking it in, over 6.5 rebounds. Moving on to my last player prop of the day, one of my favorites, Rudy Gobert, over 13.5 rebounds. The last time the Nets and Jazz matched up was all the way back in January. The Nets did not have James Harden that night and did not have Kyrie Irving. Or no, they had Kyrie Irving, did not have James Harden and Kevin Durant, and the Jazz lost by 34. So I think they remember that loss, and they'll try to come out and get a win this time. But Gobert only played 27 minutes that game, still had 11 rebounds, and tonight we're taking his over 13.5 rebounds. If this game is close, Gobert should be able to kill this line. Dating back to 2016, here is how Gobert has fared against the Brooklyn Nets. We'll discard that 11 rebound game. He had 18, 15, 17, 16, 7, 16, 19 rebounds. I mean, that's 7 games. He's absolutely crushed it in 6 of them. And the Nets just gave up 19 rebounds to Cantor last night, 9, 10, and 13 rebounds to Westbrook, Len, and Hachimura, and then 14 rebounds to Vucevic. Great spot for Rudy Gobert to expose the Nets on the defensive and offensive glass. I think he can easily get this. Gobert averages this line exactly per game. He averages 13.5 rebounds on the dot, and he's constantly near that 13 rebound line. He's at 13+ rebounds in 4 of his past 6 games. No reason he can't get over 14 rebounds tonight, and I'm locking in Rudy Gobert, and you will see him in the parlay of the day as well as the long shot parlay of the day, because I think that is a good line to hit. Now, we're going to close this out with 3 or 4 spreads that I'm looking at, and then we're going to do the long shot and parlay of the day, and that'll be it. If you want any of my thoughts on like the overall game slate, whether I like the under or over or under in a certain game or what I'm leaning towards, you can ask me in the chat or comment below, or ask me in the chat in the live stream today at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But we're starting with the trap of the day, and it's going to be the Nuggets. And we talked about this in the Discord. Nuggets -1. What do they know? The Raptors are playing terribly, and the Nuggets are playing great. Plus, we think all the Nuggets are active tonight. We did not have a line for Will Barton, but he did have a first basket line, which normally means he will be active. And this feels like a trap, but I'm willing to lose money on the Nuggets. The Raptors have not been good. They just lost to the Rockets, helped them snap their 21-game losing streak. Now they get the Nuggets, who just are off a big victory against the Magic. I think the Nuggets will keep rolling into this win. The Nuggets are the better team, and I'm taking them -1 tonight against the Raptors. They should be able to win, and everyone looks healthy, and I think they still should be able to beat up on this Toronto Raptors team. Moving to the Suns, -7.5 versus the Magic. Both teams are on the second half of a back-to-back. Magic played as best as they could in the second half against Denver, and I don't think they have enough juice left in the tank for the back-to-back. Suns play great defense. They'll be able to stifle Vucevic, who struggled the first time they played, I believe, 4 for 14 shooting. Fournier has been better of late. Terrence Ross might be back. Not sure what Aaron Gordon his status is, but Magic have a lot of injuries, and the Suns are playing just about as well as anyone in the NBA. I believe they have won 7 straight road games, so I'm locking in the Suns -7.5 points. They did play back on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Suns beat the Magic by 19. No reason they can't do it again tonight. And then my last 2 leans before we get in that parlay of the day and long shot parlay of the day. The Hornets and Hawks, both of them, I feel like they should win. They're both 3 or 4 point favorites against either the Rockets for the Hornets or the Kings for the Hawks. Both teams are playing much better than their opposing teams, and I like them both to win. They're my 2 biggest leans of the day. I mean, you had the Hawks just beat the Kings 11 days ago by 15 points, and then you got the Hornets. They're playing much better, and I think they should be able to get a win against the Rockets team that might be missing Kevin Porter Jr., and among others. I think they bounce back. The Hawks should bounce back after a disappointing loss to the Clippers after they had a gigantic lead. I'm looking at the Hornets and Hawks both to cover. Parlay of the day. I'm going to just do my 3 favorite player props, so do what you want with them. I do like all the player props basically equally, but I'm going to take the 3 I like the most. Gobert over 13.5 rebounds. Nikola Jokic over 18.5 rebounds and assists. Harrison Barnes over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Those are my 3 favorite, plus 500 odds. I like it. Long shot parlay of the day, just 2 legs. 2 legs in the long shot. Nikola Jokic, triple-double and a win. That, I believe, alone is plus 540. And then Rudy Gobert, 16-plus rebounds and a win. Add those 2 together, you get plus 2,400 odds. And I like that a lot tonight against their respective teams. Great matchups, and I love what we got. Just to recap before I get out of here, and make sure you click that like and subscribe button if you have not already. Nikola Jokic over 18.5 rebounds and assists. Love it. Buddy Hield over 4.5 rebounds. Harrison Barnes over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Clint Capela over 13.5 rebounds. Gordon Hayward over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Thaddeus Young over 6.5 rebounds. Rudy Gobert over 13.5 rebounds against the Brooklyn Nets. Then we got the Nuggets -1 versus the Raptors. Suns -7.5 versus the Magic. And then finally, we'll go with the Hawks -3 against the Kings if I had to lock one in. But Hawks versus Kings, I like them. Hornets versus Rockets as well to cover. A lot of games, do all the research. Make sure you look into all those bets. Think about what your favorite ones are based on the matchups and opportunities that they will get. I like all of those player props. I believe that's 7 of them. And then 3 or 4 spreads. Let's hope we have another killer day. Thank you guys all for the support. Click that like and subscribe button. I can't say it enough. Let's try to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Make sure you tell all your friends, your grandma, your parents, whoever you know. Click that subscribe button. This has been Austin. I will catch you guys later tonight in the live stream. Peace out.